Okay, this is the Scalpers Gold update for January 10th. I got a lot to cover here. We'll get started with the daily YM. We had that consolidation that we were dealing with from that 10,500 area. Again, we came off the March lows, hit that 50% retrace that was at the 10,360 area. And here we finally got that close above 10,000. I said that we would need to get in order to for the market to get the next move up. Well, we've gotten that next move up. You can see we've taken out those previous highs and closed above them now. We've got this daily market structure low formed, which will have a long trigger now for tomorrow, which is at 10,005. Let me see, 10,580. A break would be down here at 10,450. All right, so the thing that we see here is we want to look at the YM compared to the ES. I'm going to bring the ES in here, and you see how the ES, this is the daily, has done a much better or convincing job of taking out this range than the YM has. Going to have some resistance next at this 1150 area. And you also have that daily market structure low in the ES, and if we see that one trigger along with the YM, then we'll probably get another leg up. That's 1141, or I'm sorry, 1142 would be the long side trigger there, with a breakdown here at 1126.75. So 2 points of interest in the ES and 2 points in the YM for Monday. If they don't hit either one, it's going to be a inside type day. And we've had some pretty small range days last week. It was the first trading week of the new year. We had a Monday or Tuesday, I think it was, coming into Globex into the open. We had about a 30-point YM range, which is extremely small. About a 40-point range the next day, I think 50, and then 80 on Friday was the Globex range before the market opened in New York. So some tiny ranges, and the way the YM is, like I said, the ES has made done a much better job of moving higher here, but the YM is looking like it's starting to climb this wall of worry. So we'll keep an eye on it. Let's just look at the skip the weekly and go right to the monthly here. This is just showing the market structure lows from the March lows there. We hit the 50% retrace. The 50 period sits around 11,200 on the monthly. That would be the next, big resistance up there, just above 11,000. And like we talked about, as long as these interest rates stay low, as the saying goes, when interest rates are low, stocks will grow. When interest rates are high, stocks will die. And so keep your eye on the interest rate picture. Don't see them changing that. Don't see inflation. The inflation I think we'll see will come from the metals, oil, food, but everything else I think will probably remain in check. So we'll see how this plays out. But again, monthly is still long. You can see the volumes have kind of pulled back, so we'll keep an eye on that. The possibility of the market hitting some resistance, making a top, and rolling over is always possible, but we'll wait and see, because chances are you can see the highs. The high back in October of 07, up there above 14,000, came off a market structure high, called the top there, in the market structure low here, called the March lows. So, when the top comes in, chances are there's going to be a market structure high that forms. All right, so that's the picture there. Also keep an eye on, we've been watching we talked about the things that led us up, technology and banking. The banks led us up from the summer rally. Then this is the bank index here, the candles. And then in October, the banking index crossed below the SPX, the black line, for the first time since the summer rally. And banks were no longer leading, and they kind of got in this channel here. Technology continued to lead, but we talked about the kind of the steps of the stool there. One of the steps there, the bank index got knocked out. Technology continued to lead. We said if technology then begins to come pull back, then we've got to have some caution there. Well, get a little pullback here in technology, but basically technology's still been leading. And then the banks did break out of that little channel that it was in here. This is the BKX bank index, and it's coming up to we'll see if it gets some more follow through, or maybe kind of meets the market here somewhere in between. And if banks can then cross above the SPX and start leading things higher again, then we could certainly get that next leg up that we looked at on the monthly chart there. So we'll keep an eye on that. And then just going to pull in a couple things. Here's the ATM system. This is something from Friday here. Kind of had a flat trend. It was pretty flat all day, but we got the first cross here on the ATM line. When the ATM price filter bars are blue, we're looking for longs. When the trend is up, we'd be looking for longs. If it's down, we're looking for shorts. In this case, it's flat, so we're going to wait a couple of bars before we pick an entry, as long as our ATM line here. Move this over. Our ATM line here is blue with green momentum. We can take this trade, and we're basically going to wait a couple of ticks above this bar, get long here with a stop just below here. And you can see that played out nicely. And using the momentum to manage the trade, we can stay in the trade as long as momentum, we don't get two consecutive pullbacks in momentum. So I think we got in on this bar here. You got a pullback there, but an increase here, and then a pullback, increase. This one looks like pullback. So you're out either somewhere in here, or the other option is, as long as these stay green, you can stay long. That would have kept you long into the close there. So nice little trade at the end of the day there. There wasn't much else to work with on Friday there. And then the Scalpers Gold system caught the long. These print the buys and sells in real time for you here. So 10,532 was a long entry, and the system also prints where you need to put your stops. First stop went there, didn't get hit, and this was actually into the close here. Going to stop there. Final stop at 10,555. So pretty quick 20 points there or so. All right, that's it, and hope this is helpful. You can get more information at scalpersgold.com. Check out the ATM system or the Scalpers Gold system, or for as little as $64, you can come into the chat and see what we do. Right, we'll see you next week.